This was the day Coppell Solomon Thomas and his family had dreamed of ever since he first started playing the game of football. Super Bowl Sunday, Solomon, in his third year as a member of the San Francisco 49ers, playing on sports' biggest stage. All the excitement and anticipation leading up to kickoff, the culmination of an emotional journey. For a family dealing with unspeakable tragedy, just trying to cope one day at a time, the Thomases needed a season like this.
One game at a time, actually one day at a time. You know, they won a game. It was so exciting. Oh my gosh, they won another one. Oh my gosh, and they're winning like soundly. It's just been unreal.
First 3 years I've not missed a game. I don't plan to miss a game because NFL stands for not for long, exactly. Home and away, exactly.
Chris Thomas has been watching every one of Solomon's games since he first had Coppell youth football practices right here at Coppell North Middle School, where Martha Thomas teaches.
He only could play the line because he had that over 65 pounds, so he had that red dot on his
helmet. Couldn't touch the ball.
Yes, couldn't advance it.
If he touched the ball, he had to kneel down.
It was funny.
After a stellar career at Stanford, not a lot has been funny for Solomon since he was the third pick in the draft 3 years ago. It wasn't easy trying to live up to the pre-draft hype, and then after his rookie season came the worst day in the Thomases' lives.
My big sister Ella died by suicide January 23rd, 2018. Ella was my big sister, my protector, my best friend, my everything. Ella was a ball of joy.
She was amazingly spirited, and she had a lot of struggles as well. She was so loving. I think my proudest thing as a parent was the relationship that Ella and Solomon had together. I felt like we facilitated that, you know, and made sure that that happened.
He's been through a lot between losing his sister and Jacob Logan also, who passed away in the drowning accident, but he's proven himself to be resilient. He's given back to the community.
And the community is given back to the Thomases. In fact, on the 2-year anniversary of Ella's death last week, Coppell North students presented Martha Thomas with Ella's Sunflower Garden they built on campus to honor her daughter.
One of the art teachers, Carrie Dollar, whose daughter was a good friend of Ella's, decided to yarn bomb it and have the kids paint rocks. So there are sunflowers and ease and positive messages and hope, and it's one of those things that just warms your heart. It's the stuff like that. It's all the love that people show that upholds us.
One of Ella's passions was helping those who struggle through depression, even though Ella had depression herself. And that's what I want to do. Let people know that there's help out there, let people know that they're not in a fight alone. I'm in the NFL, I'm a football player. I might seem like I have a perfect life, but I struggle with my own sadness, my own grief, my own pain every day.
He's a great spokesperson for the NFL as far as some mental health stuff and the things that go on with suicide, and he's on the front end, leader of really probably touching tons of lives.
They were best friends, and he's continuing that legacy. He still has her back, you know, and is helping hopefully raise awareness and destigmatize mental health issues on behalf of his sister. And we couldn't be prouder of him and of their relationship. They had an amazing friendship.
Solomon has been a national spokesman for the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention. The Thomases leading the charge in AFSP's annual overnight walk in June, making sure that Ella's legacy lives on.
Her willingness to love and reach out to others, especially if you weren't having a good day, was spot on.
The same kind of spirit that Solomon has shown these past 2 years in the most trying of times. And Mom has that same spirit too. Last fall, she actually represented the Ella's Sunflowers team at the Chicago Marathon.
Yeah.
I did. Well, I didn't run all of it. I finished.
You finished. There you go.
Chris, Martha, and Solomon are able to laugh, but they still cry too. They cry a lot. But on this Super Bowl Sunday, they were crying tears of joy.
It's unreal, and I just joy, you know, like joy. And really excited for him. And it's an amazing team. These guys really have gelled and care about each other and love each other, and you can feel it.
And you can feel the love for Ella and the Thomas family. One day at a time, they persevere. And on this Super Bowl Sunday, even though the game didn't turn out like they wanted, the Thomases experienced some much-needed joy. And the fight continues as they join forces with the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention. The National Lifeline is available 24/7 at 1-800-273-TALK.